ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಉದ್ಗೀತಾ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 2. ಇವತ್ತು ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹರಿಣಿ ಪಗಡಾಲ್ ಅವರು. ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್ ಹರ್ engineering in electronics and communication. Initial her education is Shastra was with Naranachar Rao, and further she is continuing with her Shastra Dhyana with Satyanarayana Pagadal. So we are very grateful to have her. You guys would have already seen her in YouTube, Instagram and other stuff. So let's have a quick chat with her. ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಉದ್ಗೀತಾ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 2. ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹರಿಣಿ ಪಗಡಾಲ್ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಣ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಅ ಕಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿ ಹೌ ಬೆಟರ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಮೋರ್ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಇಸ್, if I have to be in this modern society actively and parallelly if I have to do all the dharmic activities, does it mean I have to be away from the modern society, or if I leave the dharmic activities I'll be into the modern society?
Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Very good question. I do not feel that you have to restrain yourself completely from all the dharmic activities to be modern, to be acclaimed, or to be added into the modern society. The reason I say this is because I have seen people who have balanced both. It's a very difficult task. It's not as easy as we say sitting here, that I definitely know. But then I give you two perspectives, due to which I feel that it is something that spirituality and devotion can be managed along with the all the other tasks of the modern society. The first perspective is that I feel that either people are too busy in the city, they are completely devoted to their work or their studies, giving their 100% to whatever they do, that they do not find time for spirituality. On the other hand, where I would say the youth in their teens are today more towards various modern Western concepts that has been arised, like binge watching, partying, due to which they do not find time to devote to spirituality. But I think if you channelize your time properly, even a person who goes to work, who works from 9 to 5, who has a tedious schedule, can make way for spirituality. Some of the basic things that he has to do, that he can make way for it, is my perspective in this.
Okay, great answer. So we can figure it out what exactly we have to schedule between our day-to-day life. This was an excellent answer. Following into the next question, so honestly, do you feel women are not glorified or not given opportunities in most of the rituals which we perform in dharma activities?
Rituals, when you say the festivals as rituals, Chaitra Masa Gauri, Akshaya Tritiya, Vata Savitri, Bhima Namavasya, then comes Shravana Shukravara, Vara Mahalakshmi, then comes Mangala Gauri, then comes Raksha Bandhan, then Raksha Bandhan Krishnashtami. After Krishnashtami there is Swarna Gauri, Gaja Gauri, Jeshta Devi, then after Jeshta Devi it is Uma Maheshwara Vrata. After Uma Maheshwara Vrata, Navaratri, Deepavali.
I can't give those many lists which are there for men.
After Deepavali it is Bhagini Tritiya, then Holi Hunnimi. In the mid we have Tulasi Vivaha also. So I have started from Chaitra to Phalguna. I think it is women who are celebrating festivals. That's what I would say.
So you feel
no, women are glorified, I would say. No, because majority of all the festivals or the rituals which we follow, our majority part is given to the women actually.
So opportunities are more towards
women. In the aspect of rituals, I would definitely say it's towards the women. And I would say, my daughter used to say that vibe is because of the women in the house.
Exactly.
Even the festivals, during the festivals also, the colorful vibe that women bring, that's very important.
Yeah.
So women are given opportunity and are glorified in the case of festivals. That's
so that means whatever ಹಬ್ಬ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದ್ರು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಪಾಲು
ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. Women should take part in a very joyful way with all the I would say in a very, that would bring peace to the family is what I feel.
Exactly. So it is like more opportunities, more colors, everything is for women, and we are given very less opportunities. So
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
So driving into that vibe quality of all the rituals we bring in. So I am just bringing one aspect of it, that is rituals and whatever we do in the house. One of the major part is Naivedya.
Yeah.
So what is the difference of the food we offer to God, that is Naivedya, and have it, and what is the other part, we just directly have it? I'll not call it in different forms wherever we eat, that doesn't matter. But what is the major difference you feel?
The concept of Naivedya is Kritagnata Samarpana, a sense of gratitude that you are offering to Bhagavan. That's Naivedya. Atma Nivedana also they say. So it's a sense of gratitude because he has given you everything. You can say that I own this 30 by 40 feet of land, square feet of land. So I have grown the crops. Now I'll eat what all I have grown, what all I have harvested. But even though you own the 30 by 40 feet, the bhumi has the ability to withhold the dharana shakti. You would have famously heard this. It is akasha which has one guna, which is a shabda. It is a shabda and sparsha for vayu. Shabda sparsha rasa for teja. Shabda sparsha rasa rupa for apa. And shabda sparsha rasa rupa gandha. All the 5 gunadharma is there in Prithvi. Now, who has given this? It is Bhagavanta. Dharani Devi ke Ramana. That's why we call him Dharani Devi ke Ramana. So when everything is done by, even the cooking is done by him. He is the one Agni-antargata Parashurama.
Yeah.
Who is, without fire you can't cook today. Of course today eating raw vegetables has become a popular notion. Let it be. But those vegetables also is because of him that we are getting.
Yeah.
So doing a samarpana to him, a naivedya to him, I feel like it's a gratitude. Bhagavata says that if you do not offer the food that you have cooked to Bhagavanta before eating it, it is like a theft, says Bhagavata.
Yes.
It's mainly because of the concept that you are getting it from him. He is not going to come and literally eat it. If that is going to be the case, no one is going to give him Naivedya. He is going to just take this Vakya Rupa Rasa. At least we have to do that, right?
Yes.
Before consuming. And only the Satvika Ahara that we are eligible to consume are to be placed for Naivedya.
Yes.
It's even Krishna says this. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yad juhoshi dadasi yat. Yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushya madarpanam. Whatever you do samarpana to me. That's the prime theme of the shloka. So when he says that whatever you do, you have to do the samarpana to me, this is one of the major aspect, because we can't live without food. How can we not eat it without doing a samarpana to him? 100%. So Naivedya is, it comes in one of the pancha main krama for puja, right? Dhupa, Deepa, Naivedya, Archana. So it comes in that. So we have to compulsorily, it is a compulsory thing that I feel. And eating a food that is done after Naivedya, that definitely has an impact on you. Both physically and psychologically. Definitely there.
So bringing more light to this answer, like whatever grains we get, etc., whatever, as she said, samarpane ಮಾಡಿ ಅದೇನು ತಗೋತೀವಿ ತಿಂತೀವಿ, that is the biggest energy. But adding one more point to this, I just remembered, ಹುಬ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸತಿಬೋಧ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳ ಮಠ ಅಂತ ಒಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ವಿ ಡೂ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಚಾರ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ನಾವು ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಸಾರಿಗೆ ಉಪ್ಪು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಉಪ್ಪು ಹಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಿಂತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ದ ಥಾಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆಚಾರ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಇಸ್, ದೇವ್ರ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿರೋ ನೈವೇದ್ಯವನ್ನು ಅದನ್ನ ಏನೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಫರ್ ಟು ಹಿಮ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ, ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ತಿನ್ನಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಉಪ್ಪಾಗಿರಲಿ ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಆಗಿರಲಿ ಏನೂ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ
my esteemed husband, he used to say, ನೀರು ಕುಡಿಯೋದು ಕೂಡ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕೊಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ನೈವೇದ್ಯ ಇಟ್ಟುಬಿಟ್ರೆ ದಿನೆಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಬಳಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ನೀರು ಅದರಿಂದ ತಗೋಬಹುದು ಅಂತ he used to say.
ಸೊ ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ನಾವು ತಿಂತೀವಿ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಯು ಸೆಡ್, ದೇವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೈವೇದ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ದೇವರೇ ತಿಂತಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. ನಮಗೆ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡೇ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್.
ಸಾತ್ವಿಕ ಆಹಾರ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ನಾವು ನೈವೇದ್ಯ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಹೀಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಸಾತ್ವಿಕ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಿಷಿದ್ಧ ಆಹಾರ ಅವು ನಾವು ಮಾಡುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆಟೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕಾಗಿ ವೆನ್ ನೈವೇದ್ಯ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ತಂದುಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಾವು ತಿನ್ನೋ ಆಹಾರವು ಸಾತ್ವಿಕ ಆಹಾರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. So now I'm bringing a different perspective of what lifestyle we have. So one biggest question we have, or one is which is a complex thing, is the marriage, whatever marriage thing which is happening in our society. So should I see a marriage as just an understanding between two individuals? This is part one. Or if it has to be understanding between two families, those two individuals are just like, we'll just say Namka was there. Like it is just joining of two families, why those two people are into the picture. If they understand, they can go get married. Why are other things brought into picture?
I'll break down this question and answer.
Yeah.
First of all, I would like to say marriage between two individuals or two families. Is that your question?
Yes.
Comparatively. When I say it's between just two individuals, you are vomiting the opinion of the family. So you are not asking the opinion of them, or you do not want them to be involved in taking the decision of it. But the concept of marriage entirely is the concept of Sanatana Dharma, the Vedic Dharma.
Yes.
It is the same Vedic Dharma which has given us the concept of family system. This Kutumbika concept is given by the Vedic Dharma. This is one of the greatest thing that India has given to the others. There is nowhere you can find a system, family system anywhere.
Yes.
And even today, because of the Westerners, the disintegration of the family system is heavily happening.
Okay.
That is also one of the reason why our Vedic Dharma is superior, because the family system, how it has been made, it has been cultured, is that today, even if we think of potentially think and do it, you can't do it. It has been structured in that way. And this marriage is a prime aspect of carrying out that family system together, is what I feel. Because of the marriage, there may be aspects which can lead to the disintegration of the family system. But today, the family itself is becoming like husband, wife and children. That is the concept of family today. You can't have a joint family and all. That has become a rare case today. But even in the case of a family system, you have to give value to the opinion of the people, I would say. This is mainly because in today's generation, there are a very less amount of people who will compel and who will just throw their opinion on you. That system has changed. That system is, no, I have seen this person, you have to marry this person. So saying that concept is literally down. So majority of the people today, even the parents today, are giving, so you have all this opinion. You have all these options. You can select. Or even parents are more towards like, if you have anything, you just convey to us. We'll think about it. But there are something like that is Gotra. There are some aspects which is a compulsory part of the marriage. That if you do not take care or if you do not take that to decision, for example, Gotra. There should be different Gotra between the girl and the boy. If that doesn't happen, then almost the entire system of Vivaha, what we Shastriya Vivaha say, that will crumble. That will just go off. Because if when you get a college admission, you go through the process very sincerely, austerely. That's because you do something, you do it devotedly. So this Vivaha, marriage is not that's why I say marriage is not a societal aspect that is done for the society. Marriage is a spiritual aspect. When it is a spiritual aspect, you have to go through all the spiritual procedures properly. And there are different types of marriage. There is Brahma Vivaha, Kshatriya Vivaha, there are. And our Shastra itself says the Brahma Vivaha, which they say, which is nothing but that Vivaha that goes with the permission of the parents, is considered at the top. This is mainly because we are giving that respect to our elders. You may say that if we give respect to the elders, we may lose our own individuality. That is your part 2 question.
Yes.
Well, I'll say one answer to this. If they would have thought, parents would have thought that they would have lost their individuality by the birth of a person, would they have gone for having a baby?
Yeah.
But they didn't think. And this concept of selflessness is what our Vedic Dharma has taught us. This is also one of the difference, because death of humanity is happening due to the over modernity that is prevailing in our society today. And it is a religious person who is actually selfless. The concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Krinvanto Vishwamaryam. So praying everything as a God. Even if you stamp on something, you will feel bad for it.
Yes,
all these concepts and giving value to all of them and being selfless. Take the case of Rama, take the case of Krishna. All of them have been selfless. It is Ramayana, by each and everything it has shown us how to be selfless. Even for 1 second Rama did not think, why should I go? For my stepmother who has asked me to go, why should I go to the forest, to an exile? He didn't think of that. So in all these cases, it's our Vedic Dharma which has taught us to be selfless. And that concept, if we apply in our daily life, we will definitely approach our parents to ask for a permission. That's what I say. If they would have thought selfishly, thinking they would lose their individuality by giving a birth to a child, they would not have gone for having a baby itself. That respect, we have to reciprocate it back, is what I feel.
100%. So again, whatever she said now, it is a detailed answer of what Vivaha, marriage, whatever is there, how the process has to be, and what are the minimum qualities or measures we have to take care as an individuals. So bringing up, as I saw one of your reels, which you said in Udupi Rajangana, that was an excellent, rendering of what Vivaha is for our youth or any kind of people. That was a clear cut, how it has to go through, how it has to be. So that was a very detailed answer.
You shouldn't compromise in any shastric aspect of Vivaha, is what I feel.
Yes.
You want to register for marriage, definitely do it. I mean, that's no problem. But along with that, you have to go through all the procedures for the concept of Vivaha to get completed, right?
Yes.
You can't skip it and make it as a public function today with just a dance or anything else. That can be there. I do not say that there should not be any enjoyment factor in the case of marriage or in the case of life. But that shouldn't affect your spiritual part.
100%.
That balance, we should make it, that balance we should make. That's what I
100% right. So bring up to the spiritual aspect of, one more set of ideology I'm just talking about. So if I have to feel the existence of God or Gurugalu, so putting aside idol worship, so I mean to tell, ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಪ್ರತಿನಿತ್ಯ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ದೇವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೈವೇದ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಮಂಗಳಾರತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಪೂಜೆ ಇಸ್ aside. And ದೇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಸದಕ ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೆ ಹಸದಕ ಮಾಡೋದು, that is also put aside. How can I feel the experience or existence of God in my daily life, or how can I just feel that?
I'm no great person who has felt anything. I give this as a disclaimer before starting and answering this question. But I would feel that if you do not see anything, you don't get the experience. That was today's people tell. Even few of my students ask, you don't see God, how do you experience it? There is a famous story in our scriptures which says, take a glass of salt water. You have purposefully added salt in this. Just drink the water, you will know the presence of salt. Nevertheless of the fact that you can see the salt or not.
Yes.
You will experience it. So what this salt water teaches us is that the act of the salt water proves the presence of salt. So the act of the Bhagavanta is itself enough to make his proof or for us to experience. This is a very complex system, our body, everything has been structurally designed. There is esophagus, there is food pipe, everything has been even one small problem happening inside, you have to get diagnosed. What it is, it takes a lot of time to get diagnosed. But do you think all this has been naturally formed? No, that cannot happen. Natural formation will have a few differences, will not be complete. Natural formation will definitely should have a force for it to come into a perfect form, for it to come into a perfect shape. So that force, of course, a lot of people believe in that force. We say that the force is Bhagavanta. It is the Apaurushaya Vedas which says that it is Bhagavanta who is doing all this. So the act of Bhagavanta, when you can easily say that you are respirating. If you constantly see and feel you are respirating, it will be hard to breathe. It is naturally happening. If you try and sit for it, it will be very hard to breathe for us. So something is happening without our knowledge, and there cannot be anything that can happen just like that, right?
Yeah.
So there is Bhagavanta behind it who is doing it. In case of Gurugalu and if of course God, I would say there are so many examples we can see where people have experienced. Just because it did not come to our experience, or because we have not touched that level to experience that experience. We can't say that that doesn't exist. There is Rotti Venkatadri Bhattaru. He is one of the, he was actually a cook who turned into a great Pandit within a day just by the Ashirvada of Shri Raghuttama Tirtha. He has written Tippani also later on in his life. So there are people who has experienced the presence of Gurugalu or the Anugraha of Gurugalu. There are a lot of them. Go and ask any Rayar Bhakta, he will say that how much he has experienced about it. So that experience happens to everyone in one or the other part. But if someone says that no, we do not have this experience, the one answer I would give them is that you are not still that much mature to get that experience, is what I would like to say.
Yes. So bringing more key to that answer is what she exactly meant is devotion actually plays a vital role how we have to access experience of God or presence of Gurugalu. So in this case, I have to bring one more example.
One more, I'm sorry, interrupting.
No. Yes.
One more thing, there is a knowledge plays a great role in experiencing. That's what I feel. Our Shastras say Mahatma Jnana Purvakavada Sneha Bhakti. So when you gain knowledge, Bhagavatalla ಓದೋದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ, when you gain that knowledge, you see it in a different way. That perspective changes. You give a stone to a child. The mother gives a stone to the child. The stone is actually a diamond. The child will not experience anything of it. But when the mother holds it, she will experience the diamond. Oh, it's a 7-cut diamond. Oh, it's radiating. All this the mother will experience. That's because of the knowledge she has. So that is why coming to the Shravana and reading, all this plays away in the concept of experiences also.
Yes. Like exactly clear-cut answer what she said is like it really goes into mind and we can implement in our real life examples. So two things I have to mention here is one is what Phalimaru Swamigalu had experienced in one of the mathas in Andhra Pradesh or anywhere, I don't remember exactly. One of the time I had just heard in YouTube, she was ಅವರು ಪ್ರದಕ್ಷಿಣೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ರಾಯರ ವೃಂದಾವನದ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ. ವೃಂದಾವನ ಮಠದ ಆಚೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಕಾರ ಇತ್ತು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರು ಪ್ರದಕ್ಷಿಣೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಂದರೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಯಾರು ಅದು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಮಠಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಂದಿರ, ಇನ್ನು ಆಚೆಯಿಂದ ಯಾಕೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಹಾಕ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ. ದಟ್ ಫೆಲೋ ಸೆಡ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಯಾರು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಹಿ ನೆವರ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್. But here what I understood is the reply from the Swamigalu was, ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, you tell me. So the story goes on, it's a wonderful story. So everyone has to listen to it. And the second part what I have to tell is presence of Gurugalu is explained in various aspects. It might be as you said Raghuttamaru, Rayar or many things else. But I want to quote one thing which comes in Satyanatha Mahatma Ratnakara. Nam Swamigalu ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. And if you want to see in Srinivasa Kalyana day 2 or day 4, you can see in the YouTube channel. So there is a shloka, if anyone want to recite they can. It is like you're offering everything to Gurugalu despite like whatever you're feeling. If you're feeling low or high, it goes like Samashet Gurum Bhaktya Mahavishwasa Purvakam Nikshipet Sarva Bharashcha Guru Shri Pada Panjankaje. This is a beautiful thing. Even if we understand, it goes very good. If we don't understand also, it brings a very good positive energy.
Even I too feel this. See, we need not experience at the starting stage itself. Your doctor gives you a prescription, whatever, we go to him for our problems. He gives us a prescription. We do not ask what is in it, what is the composition, what does aspirin have. We do not ask. We just blindly believe him and take. And it does the effect. Whatever the tablet should do, it will do the effect. That also happens. More than you don't try to practically go and experience, rather than you go on the way the experience happens. Excellence is not an act but an habit. This is an Aristotle's words. That's what I feel.
So that is a clear answer where we can feel the presence of God or Gurugalu. Thank you for that.
On the go you can feel it.
Yes. So we have two perspectives of Draupadi Vasraparahana. So one thing is, we know it happened, there is a cause, and whatever happened later, it was very good for Pandavas, etc. But the other part of the story, like the question what we have is, Draupadi had so much tapasu in hand. She could have, stopped it by any chance. Did she willingly just let it happen, or like she was so selfless that she went like Krishna will save me? Like one thing is, we say for example, taking Vishwamitra into consideration, tapassu kayalirobekare, why she wouldn't have used it?
Fantastic question. Draupadi, of course, we all know that she placed her Deiva Bala in front of Atma Bala. She had, if she would have saw him with that fierce look, he would have burnt. She would have burnt that man. But what has really happened is that she wants to go with what Krishna thinks. That's what it is. Because both all these Kauravas, they have been doing sins from time immemorial almost. So their level of sins should reach a particular stage before they get destroyed. ಅವರ ಸಂಹಾರ ಆಗೋ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅವರ ಪಾಪದ ಕೊಡ ತುಂಬಬೇಕು. So they have initiated this act. How will she not agree to it when Harichitta is also on that way? Krishna wants this to happen because he wants the destruction of Duryodhana. This doesn't mean Krishna is partial towards Draupadi. Here the Tatparya is that avara papada koda tumbabeku. It should come to that extent so that they could be punished. Otherwise, all these Kauravas, that is Draupadi Vastrapaharana is the initiating act for the entire Yuddha of Mahabharata. Yes. So the entire Yuddha of Mahabharata would not have taken place if this would not have happened. So this is a very important aspect that is to be happened. So it goes with the flow. Here Draupadi, she would have also thought that with her Atma Bala she could have saved herself. But what I feel is that is what her bhakti shows. The level of the bhakti she has, that she has put her Deiva Bala in front of Atma Bala. Whatever, immediately when someone is striking at you, we will definitely first use our hands to stop, as you said in the case of Vishwamitra also. But now, here in the case of Draupadi, she has put her Deiva Bala. So that shows her fidelity, that trust she has in Bhagavanta. Rakshati ityeva vishwasaha, we say. So that trust is very important, and she had that trust. Overall, the incident, if you ask why did it happen, the primary reason why the incident happened is because of the fact that all these asuras, their level of sin should come to that level that it would be their destruction, which is the next thing that happened. Here one example we can see. In the case of Ramayana, there is this Shurpanaka Prakarana. Everyone are today putting an accusation on Rama, saying that if he had not felt the love for Shurpanaka, he could have easily neglected her or rejected her proposal. Rather, he took a violent way of cutting her nose and saying Lakshmana to cut her nose, etc. Now today everyone are accusing Rama. But Shurpanaka's insult is the major reason behind why the entire Ramayana Yuddha happened. She went in and complained to her co-brothers, brothers, etc., everyone. She formed an army. So many asuras who were hiding in and around that kingdom came out to fight. All these asuras were not sitting simply. They were torturing normal people, children, women. So this Shurpanaka incident became the starting point to which all these asuras came. So all these incidents happen, they do have a reason. Our Jagadguru Sri MadhwaHrudayaVasa in Mahabharata Tatparya has given us so many reasons why Shurpanaka, Vali, everything happens. Now here in the case of Draupadi, the primary reason is that ಅವರ ಪಾಪದ ಕೊಡ ತುಂಬಬೇಕು, ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರ ಸಂಹಾರ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ದುಷ್ಟ ಸಂಹಾರಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಭಗವಂತ ಅವತಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಭಗವಂತನ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ದ್ರೌಪದಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಗೆ ನಡೆದಿದ್ದಾಳೆ.
So yeah, that was a detailed, very good answer. So we got to know the answer for both the perspectives, why it had happened, why Draupadi did it for a cause. So that was a very good detailed answer. So the next one, I would just like a serious part of the question is, in the menstrual cycle of what women have it, how Shastriya activities they have to follow. That is one aspect of what I had. Second thing is, how comfortable or how safe as brothers or husbands or whatever we have to make them feel, because it should not make them feel like they're at the corner. First of all they will be in pain. That is the first thing. How as a known human being, how can we make them feel safe or comfortable?
Yes. So I have asked 3 questions here. I'll answer one by one. So question number 1, first I will take the third question,
Yeah.
which is already they are in pain, they are sitting, we should not make them feel bad is your concept, right? I would say it is a rest given to us 3 days. So entire month you are working, you are given 3 days rest. Coming to the fact that you cannot touch anything and you are just made to sit there, you are feeling bad. I would say that you should be feeling actually very happy for one fact. Just one fact is, it was Indra's Brahmahatya that is divided into 4 parts, and one is given to Stri in the form of Rajaswala. Of the 4, other one is given to the trees, another for the Bhumi, and another for Nadi. You are coming in that cadre where you can take the dosha of someone else. Just think about it. Why today all are celebrating Mother Teresa? She didn't have any cancer or anything like that. She took the pain of others. Just because the fact that she took the pain of others, today she is glorified.
Yeah.
Women are also should be glorified. We are taking the dosha of others. If you take in this perspective, you won't feel that bad feeling that exists within us. Won't be there. If you go for a pseudo-feminist way of talking, that never ends. I don't want to get into that. Coming to a second question, basic rituals that should be followed during this time is that first 3 days, that asprishyata, you shouldn't touch anything. That's the primary thing that should be done. 3 days, nothing. We should not touch anything. We sit in the corner or say entire room is dedicated to you, that is different, but you shouldn't touch anything. You shouldn't sleep in the bed. You should sleep down using a mat or anything. But this doesn't mean women are humiliated. Definitely that is not done. When women are today, you take today's case. Today in a family there is husband, wife and children. So if a woman should follow all these, who is doing all the work? Definitely the man.
Yeah.
If the woman is sitting in the room, who is doing all the work? So this dharma is for both.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. So if one has to sit and if one has to take rest, I see it in that aspect. So it is a dharma that is advised by our Shastra. Nevertheless of the fact that you are working, so you are also given a rest at this time. You shouldn't touch anything for 3 days. You shouldn't scream loudly. This actually science also say why you shouldn't scream loudly, your energy get drained. I don't want to get into that aspect. But doing all this, what happens is that we are doing it for Vishnu Preeti. Vishnu Preranaya, Vishnu Preetyartham is what you are doing.
Yes.
And if you do it properly, that will have a great impact on Vamsha. Any adharma in the concept of menstrual cycle that happens, either you come into the home and touch or you go to the Devalaya, that is an height of adharma that is happening, which should not be done. Then if you do all those, that will definitely have an impact on the generations to come in your family. That will definitely have an impact. You may not prove it today, because when that generations come, you won't be available to prove it.
Yeah.
But that theoretically they have proved that it is not happening. That's what I difference. Science prove it to practically. Philosophy proves it to theoretically. So theoretically they have proved. And 4th day also, after you bath and come inside the house, you can touch everything, you can take care of your children, you can do everything, but Deiva Karya is not allowed on that day. So it is only on the 5th day you can start with the Deiva Karya, etc. And until the next days, when the next cycle starts, you can do everything. Only on these 3 days it's given. And also science says that our body is something which goes as per the cycle of the moon. That's what a woman's body goes per the cycle of the moon. So definitely we need a rest as on 3 days of a month. So that's given by our Shastras. And one more ritual that our Shastra says that though we are given rest, it doesn't mean that we have to sleep from morning to night or waste time. We can do Bhagavad Dhyana. Ava Kuladavanaadade, Ava Deshadoliddadenu, as Jagannatha Dasa say, Bhagavad Dhyana, Harinama Smarana. I'm not saying Sankirtana, Harinama Smarana. That doesn't have any problem. You can do it at any time. So you can do Harinama Smarana, whatever Shastra says you can do. Otherwise there is no ritual that should happen. Abhyanga Snana, all these should not be done on those 3 days. Yes. These are the basic rituals. There are so much for Rajaswala Dharma. But primarily compulsory rituals. This is like a compulsory question where you have to answer, otherwise the mark is gone, we say, right? So this is a compulsory question, is that 3 days at least you shouldn't touch anything. That is a compulsory thing to happen.
So here I have to make a note of everyone key features whatever she said. One thing is those 3 days is not being a very complex day for them. Like we are not making it very complex day for them. We are making like a week off kind of thing. You can just take rest. That is one thing.
Of course, the pain part is there. It is complex in a way that it exists.
Yeah.
But because of the complexity it has, we are given rest.
Yes.
That's what I feel.
Second thing here to mention is, as they are taking rest, it doesn't like stop any man from doing any household activities. They should also take active participation. I will just give a direct example. Like cooking is not specifically for women, so this is a great opportunity for all men. We can explore cooking,
explore the skills,
explore cooking. And third thing is, as she said, it is not like we are limiting themselves to not doing anything. There is still opportunity for them to Harinama Smarani or whatever. So there is also space for that.
There's one more thing I would like to add to this, is that we have to clearly have it in our mind that psychologically, socially and physically, in all these aspects, men and women are different. Difference is difference. There is difference. You have to accept the fact. You can't go and say that no, we are physically different, but cerebrally or psychologically we are not. No, even psychologically, the way each woman is brought up is also different. On the other case, psychologically, men and women, the way they think, the way they act, everything is different. So all the Shastra has been formed so that it helps women to actually live a peaceful life, to actually live a life with prosperity. This doesn't mean all the struggle only the men should do or women shouldn't do. Even in the case of marriage, if you take, both men and women have that. As you said, cooking on those 3 days. I'll give you one more example. This Grihastha Dharma is like having a responsibility, right? This responsibility is not only in the shoulders of the man, I would say. When man takes the responsibility of protection of women takes the responsibility of nourishing of the family.
Yes.
So it's on both sides. If you take in that perspective and just not talk of pseudo feminism, you can definitely understand all these concepts. And coming to a third question which I didn't answer, how can brothers or husband or any man can make them feel better? I think talking to them, giving them comfort, asking, providing food is all that is needed for them at that time. Or sometimes a few women may just want to live in solitary at that time. Let them do that. So going with their feelings, it depends on person to person. If someone wants to talk, let them sit in a particular distance and talk. If someone wants to just have a free time, let them sleep and have a free time. That is the maximum comfort that can be provided, I hope.
Exactly. So it is like a equal balance in a family where everyone has their own contribution to like all the responsibilities. It is not like up and down. If as she said, if a man is taking care of the protection of the whole family, and women takes the responsibility of developing how the children have to be and how the daily life of the family has to go. That was an excellent answer. I feel this whole podcast experience, it is a very good learning experience for me. This bringing all these pravachanas and other things into a different frame. This was like a questionnaire kind of thing where I had some doubts, or people of my age or elder than us or younger than us, they had some questions. I just put it into you. So how different did you feel from this podcast?
The one difference I felt from Upanyasa to podcast was a conversational way the podcasts go. I've seen a few, but I didn't. This is the first experience for me too.
Yeah.
The way how the conversation carries from topic to topic, that's very nice, right?
Yes.
So generally in Upanyasa, it is one topic which is covered in 2 hours. So here there are so many topics are covered in within 2 hours. Is what.
Yeah.
So I also would like to express my gratitude and thanks for giving a platform to express few things actually which we would not have been expressed in a stage where we will have so many audience with Upanyasa and all. and I think I have answered to many of your questions
Yes.
in an appropriate way, and whatever has come out of my mouth, I would completely dedicate it to exclusively my esteemed husband, who is my mentor, my guru, and my father-in-law, who has been mentoring me for the past 10 to 12 years. It's with their anugraha that I am sitting here. It is nothing that I am, it is exclusively their anugraha, which I have to say. That's why I'm saying it.
Thanks for being with us. Like, I am representing the team MadhwaHrudayaVasa. So there are many people behind this channel doing all this, make this happen.
Definitely.
So from the whole team, I would like to thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much.
ಅದು ಮಧ್ವರ ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಡುಪಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಎನ್ನುವ ಏಕೈಕ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ದ್ವಾರಕೆಯನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಉಡುಪಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರ ಮಹಿಮೆ.